Hey merriment makers! Today I'm going to tell you how a nail salon dog reminded me why most of us, maybe you, are unhappy and will continue to be if you don't do something different. Let's find out what. When I was getting my nails done the other day, there was a dog at the salon. It was a little Shih Tzu who was about 1 year old, and he went up to one of the swivel chairs that wasn't being used. And there was this little dog bed inside of the swivel chair, and it was actually for a dog that wasn't at the salon. I guess there are two nail salon dogs at this particular nail salon. And that dog wasn't there that day, but this dog, the little Shih Tzu, he was trying to get in this bed. Now, the dog was too short to jump in, and he wasn't able to make it in the bed. But he could see the thing that he wanted, right? And he wasn't able to access it or experience the bed. He wants it, but he can't have it. So he's kind of standing up, and he can see it, and he's kind of like nuzzling at the side of it, only to have the swivel chair swivel around and around and around, and he starts to bark. And I imagine that his bark is saying, I want it, but he can't get in. He can't get up, he doesn't have it. So he continues to try to get into the chair the same way. It's totally ineffective. And I start to laugh, and I'm like, come on, buddy, that way isn't working. Try another way. And it kind of lightens the mood, just FYI, in the nail salon, because people were generally annoyed at the barking. But once people identified like what was actually happening from this dog's perspective, they started to enjoy the experience because it was kind of funny, right? But then he didn't really try another way. Probably because he couldn't understand me, because he's a dog. But anyway, he keeps barking louder and louder. And he starts looking at his mom, and he wants his mom to fix it for him. He wants the human to pick him up and put him in the chair, right? And he doesn't try any other methods, and he just keeps barking and looking at his mom, okay? This keeps going on and on and on for 20 minutes. And then I start thinking about how most of us do this with all of our goals. They are just these ideas that we have. We see them out there in the world. We know we could have them in theory. We say, I want it, but we try one way, the easiest, usually the laziest way. Sometimes we don't even try anything. We just say that we want it. And when we try that lazy way, it doesn't work. And then we either just do the same thing over and over, expecting it to work and yelling louder and louder that we want it, expecting someone to give it to us simply because we have identified the fact that we have a dream at all. Isn't that enough? I said that I have a dream. Isn't it nice to have a dream? And when it doesn't happen, we get upset and we blame circumstances. We blame people. We blame anything that can't explain why it didn't happen for us. But maybe the reason that it didn't happen is because we didn't try another way. Maybe it didn't happen because we were stubborn, thinking that our way was the only way. Maybe we were too close to the chair to see that there were other options and how we could have so easily leveraged the stool to get on top of where we wanted to be. If you don't change the way that you are trying to get something when it's not working, if you don't try to go for the harder way when it needs to happen, you will continue to keep the gap between your desire and your reality a very large gap. So if you want the thing that you want in a real tangible way, not just in theory, if you want it from the neck down, then you have to do the work. If you're ready, then I want you to come on over to the Merriment Makers. Uncustomary.org. All right. I hope that dog inspired you. Don't be that dog. Don't be stupid and expect the same results. Don't be stubborn and think your way is the only way. Use the stool and leverage yourself into that swivel chair. You can have the bed. You can have both beds. I love you.